everyone. We want to welcome you today to the We Are Flora Pearl podcast. I'm your host, Latasha J. Humphrey, founder of the Flora Pearl Foundation Incorporated. And I'm super excited to get into this podcast today. But before we get started, I want to introduce you to my co-host, Miss Destiny McCarter.
What's up?
And Miss Nisaa Muhammad.
Hey, y'all.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and jump into our moment of silence. Nisaa, go ahead, and then we'll keep it moving.
I'm moving, don't stop, y'all. Okay, so our moment of silence this week, y'all. We are actually going to do a moment of gratefulness. It has been a heavy year. 2020 has definitely been a year. We only 8 months in, y'all, and it already feels like the whole year has gone by. So, August is the 8th month of the year, right? So the number 8 represents infinity and constant flow of energy and power, right? And biblically, it represents new beginnings. And so what we're going to do for our moment of silence / gratefulness this time around is we are going to be in silence. We are going to reflect and hone in on all the positive things in our lives. We're going to give thanks to the Most High for the good things and really just take this moment to be grateful and allow ourselves to think about what new beginnings we want for ourselves. So that will be our moment of silent gratefulness.
All right, ladies. So we're going to go ahead and do our How You Feeling, sis? And we're going to start with you, Miss Destiny.
I think we said we were doing quotes this week.
Yeah.
So my quote is "But Still I Rise" from the Maya Angelou poem "Still I Rise."
Look, go ahead. No, because that was mine too.
Oh my goodness! Love it.
That is so amazing.
That just means we're on the same wavelength. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But yeah, I identify with that a lot lately. So yeah.
Go ahead, Nisaa. Look, I'll tell y'all in a minute what my line in it was, but yeah, go ahead, Nisaa.
Well, I love it. I love the double rising, y'all. I love it. Well, mine is so I have a guy sister named Lakeitha, and she August 1st, which was yesterday. Last year she gave birth to my niece Zora Lee, who is named after Zora Neale Hurston. And so I know, right? And so this just really aligns. So happy birthday, baby Zora, right? But it aligns because this quote came up, and it says, "Sometimes I feel discriminated against, but it does not make me angry. It merely astonishes me. How can any deny themselves the pleasure of my company? It's beyond me." And that is by the great Zora Neale Hurston. And just all of the affirmations that have been coming at me these last couple of days have really settled with me, and they have been like manifesting themselves creatively. And so that is my quote. It's like, wow, I really am kind of great, and how do you not want to be around me? That kind of sucks for you. So yeah, that's the quote. There is no kind of great. You're just plain great. There's no kind of. It's like you're wonderful. You're amazing. Like it is what it is. And anybody who feels something about it, that's a you problem.
And there we go. And there we go.
Reflection of you, girl.
Love it. But we're still our rises. So it's still so amazing. I'm sitting there feeling like, wow, how awesome. But a couple of the I would say like parts of it that stood out. It definitely is one of them about does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? And so that's one that stood out. Just made, just feeling sexy, just being able to feel just amazing, and being a woman. And so, yeah, and then the last part of that, where it says, leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise into a daybreak that wondrously clear. I rise, bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave. I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. And so, yeah, those were two that stood out where I was like, yeah, that's what's up. So yeah. So before, I'll say to the audience, before we get into the what's really real, so I want to say I am truly blessed and honored to be in the presence of two amazing ladies, the two that I'm here with right now. They actually were two of five recipients of the YWCA AmeriCorps Member of the Year award. So they were honored with that recently, and they are just as amazing as, as it says, or as, people have said about them. And so, ladies, I just want to congratulate you all. I wanted to tell you, continue to keep shining. That's my tag. And don't let anyone dim your light. That's really what's up. So congratulations to you both, Destiny and Nisaa, on that amazing accomplishment. Definitely, own it and be awesome. How about that?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. And so I do want to say for our today, our episode title, because I didn't mention that earlier. Well, the title today is the fetishizing? Fetish.
It's fetishizing.
Fetishizing. Yeah, okay. That's all right. Hey, help a sister out. Of Black women, our hair, our style, our language. And so I'm going to let Nisaa, you go ahead and take it away as it relates to our What's Really Real.
Okay, y'all. So I'm doing y'all lights today, all right?
Yeah. Look.
Listen, no, it's been a heavy couple weeks, y'all. And not even just with the What's Really Real. I just feel like whatever Chiron was up there doing, my good sis was doing it well. And then before her, Mercury was having her way. Okay, so to keep it light and kind of what's really real, we're going to start off with I'm going to call it flyby what's really real, because we're going to fly by it. That's how unimportant it is to me, if you ask me. The person who currently resides in Washington, D.C. at the White House, I don't know if y'all know who he is, but the person who resides there currently is wanting to ban the popular app TikTok for security risk reasons against, some place called China, which, apparently it makes sense when there are, children in cages and people without jobs and COVID is running rampant. But apparently the thing we need to get on right now is banning TikTok, because children dancing with their hands is an issue. So that's really real.
I'm a no. Keep going.
All right. Told you fly by news. All right. Next up, high school blues, y'all. So there is a school called Avon High School in Indiana that recently had a staff member that tested positive for COVID. So schools just opened back up, and this happened day one, right? So this person hasn't had any close contact with any of the students or anything, and apparently they haven't been to school in the week since it came about. But that is still something that we're concerned about. And to kind of keep the trend going, there's another school called Greenfield Central Junior High in Indiana. They opened their doors, and again, day one, a student tested positive for COVID. Now, according to the superintendent there, the student was tested a few days before school began. However, the results that they were positive came in afterwards. Now, I'm not saying that the student is wrong, because again, you get your test, you think you're good to go, and if you don't have any symptoms, you don't know what's going on. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Superintendent Harold Olin, I'm calling your name because the people need to know. Olin says this does not change our plans, talking about reopening schools. we knew that we would have a positive case at some point in the fall. We simply did not think it would happen on day one. I mean, is that supposed to be an okay? Like, what are you doing to protect our children?
I mean, what are we trying to meet a quota here? Like, oh, we just didn't know it was going to happen on day one. But since it has, we're still going to move forward. Like,
what is that? Our children are not test dummies. Like, hello.
Well, you know, and see, even with that, I saw where DJ Jazzy Jeff posted, and he said that, you know, are people really out here rolling the dice with their kids? He said, not my kids. You know, I'm just, because that's what it seems. And I was, yeah. So it's always been about the safety and well-being of the kids for me. And I'm going to stand on that. But we shall see.
I don't even have kids. And I'm just like, not my kids. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Nope.
I feel like two things. One, what really did we expect from a system that allowed children to still go to school the day after, like, their school was shot up or something? And then two, protect your kids. If for no other reason, they're a tax write-off. Protect your investments. Come on now. Like, I mean, if you don't even like, you know, if your kids ain't your favorite part of the day, that's fine. But at least care enough to make sure they don't get sick so you can still get a check at the end of the year. My God. Like, ugh.
I mean, you know, our family decided, you know, it's my daughter's senior year, and we decided, you know, she's doing virtual and she's okay with that, and we're just going to keep it moving. So we're not going that route, and it's unfortunate. You know, I know that some parents definitely, you know, with getting back to work and things like that. I just wish there was a better way, and there wasn't you have to start back school and that's how you get funding from the government type deal. You know, that's, you know, making some different decisions, I'm sure, or it's a part of the decision making. But I just with parents though, I think if we band together, that it could possibly be a different outcome. So.
Well, you tell your baby if she want, we can have a High School Musical virtual moment. You know, me and Destiny will sing on tables and all that. You know, I'll put on my prom dress.
I will. I love it. We
these
do.
These are not empty words. Like, when she said High School Musical moment, I was immediately on board because why not?
And you know she is a fan. Well, I mean, you know, we watch High School Musical too, like together. When they first came out, and then, you know, of course, even recently with the series. So, no, but that's what's up. Like, we're going to make the best of it. Her safety is more important to us, and that's just what we're going with. Like, that's, you know, that's our, what I think Destiny said one time, that's my TED Talk. Like, that's just how, that's what we doing. So whatever that looks like, I can't, you know, I can't speak for other parents. I can't speak for their situations. I'm just saying for our situation, this is what our family has decided. And, you know, that's what's up. Yeah.
She said, as for me and my house, we will be virtual.
Hey, you know,
period.
Her safety is more important, period. So.
I know that's right. She is protecting her tax write-off, y'all.
No, you're so special. No, but even by this being her senior year, even for her saying, hey, you know, she definitely understands that, and that's just how it is. So we register her, you know, she has her 4 classes, and we're going to keep it moving. And then she gets her, you know, her diploma. So, yeah. Yep.
So, we're going to get to some good news, some hype news. All right, Beehive. Breathe, okay? I know every time y'all hear her name, y'all hearts start palpitating, okay? Miss Beyonce, Giselle, knows, because we're going to leave the married last name off because, you know, we're going to let this woman have her moment. Okay?
Now, you know, she say, hey, Miss Carter, you know.
You know what? I appreciate that. We're going to let the black woman have her moment, okay? So, Miss Beyonce Giselle knows, like I said. She dropped her visual album called Black is King, y'all.
Yes.
And it's on Disney Plus. I know you know somebody who got it, or you still got your exes tagged to your phone, or whatever the case may be. Either way, run it up like y'all did Hamilton, okay? And that's where I'm going to leave it at. Period.
It truly is amazing. It really is. She did her thing. She's one of the most amazing creatives of this generation, really. I mean, just entertainment, her businesswoman, she got all of that too, but just her creativity, just how she manifests those ideas and put people together. And I love bridging, Africa with African American. I mean, just the whole bridging the gap. She did her thing once again, because she always seems to top herself, in my opinion.
I love it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what more can we expect from the one who brought us Beachella?
I'm just saying.
What more can we, she literally brought homecoming to the Coachella stage. Did we have any doubt that this new visual album would come half-stepping? Do we not remember Lemonade? Come on, people.
We not gonna act like she don't still gotta stay to the left. She's the reason we don't have her rights, people. Let's be real.
Yes.
Be honest about it.
I mean, Coachella had been the same since she left, as far as I know. But
I didn't even care about Coachella
right before.
Okay.
It was officially changed to Beachella, so I'm just saying, and you just need to shut it down after that.
And shout out to her manager, Miss Blue Ivy. Shout out to her manager.
Oh, and she makes her appearance in there, and I mean, there are other special appearances as well, but she looks amazing. And I just love even how she looks at her mom. She, she's like, I mean, she's Beyonce, but she looks like, that she really admires her mom. Just for being her mom. I don't think it really is like, oh, it's Beyonce. I think that she's just like, my mom's amazing. That's the looks that she gave even in the film. So yeah.
And Beyonce looks at her like it's Sue Ivy.
Yeah. I love the love. Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't expect it to be anything different, considering that Blue Ivy is the first child, especially with everything they went through to have a child. I wouldn't expect it to be any different.
Yeah, I love it. I love the love. They really, yeah.
So y'all heard of it. Y'all gotta check it out. Call your ex, tell him, listen, I'm sorry. Let me be sorry for the next 2 hours and check out this video. Check
I'm just gonna need you to go and invest in something new. Don't be calling no ex. Just don't let it read.
Don't call them, text them. Insert future me here.
You just need to merge with a new friend or something. I'm gonna need y'all to let the sleeping dogs lie now. It's an ex for a reason now. Come through now. Ex-friends, ex-man, ex-woman, however.
Yeah. X is why. The reason why I'm calling you is because I need to see Beyonce, okay? Okay. So to keep going with this beautiful Black is King theme, let's talk about how Netflix has got their act together, y'all. They got
all the way
magic out the yin yang. All right, all of your favorites from the late 90s, early 2000s. I'm talking Girlfriend, Sister, 101, Half and Half, The Parkers, Mo to the E to the, and The Game. They're all going to be on Netflix by the end of the year, and Moesha's already on there, season 2, episode 7. Anyway, so y'all seen it all over the internet, and we've been asking and talking about it for it seems like ever. Y'all, when are we gonna get all of this excellence on TV? And it is finally on the streaming site, y'all. And I think it's so wonderful because it makes you remember that we had examples growing up. We had educated, talented, fly, beautiful, fine Black people on TV, and they were dope. They weren't slinging drugs. They weren't, running amok, causing all this trouble. They were the bomb, and I'm so glad that the children of today get to see what we saw growing up.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. Love it, love it, love it.
It's so good.
I've been binging Moesha today, so I'm on season 1.
Same girl. Same.
Yeah.
If you listen to Pedro Star.
Now I ain't got to him yet. He hadn't been introduced. Oh, Haji is the late what's his name?
Marlon.
And also Hakeem too. I know both of them, but rest in power to both of them. They're but their characters, Hakeem and Ohaji, they have been introduced. So yeah.
Yes, I love it. But yeah, like what I'm telling you, if y'all holler at Fredro Star, y'all hear this, y'all let Fredro know say how he doing. I can make sure he's good. You can buy a vial over here. I got 3 of them in my name, okay? So, Miss Destiny, do you want to run us into our topic?
Yeah, my bad, y'all. I had a moment. So, today we are going to be covering the topic of fetishizing. Did I say that right?
You sure did.
Good. Fetishizing.
If I say it again, I might not get it right.
Right.
The attributes of the black woman. And I know y'all seen it with whoever your favorite celebrity is, our bodies, our clothes, our hair, we got a real swag, and people been jacking it for a long time now. And then we get looked at as if, we're being ghetto, but then when it's put on by somebody else, it's fashionable. But that we're going to get to that, So that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about how people like to take what we started and make it look like we didn't start it. We don't appreciate that.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. We don't appreciate it at all. So,
not at all.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I like how you said, like, how they take it and, like, all of a sudden when they do it, like, when we do it, it's ghetto. It's something like, oh, my God, that's just so, oh, my God, an extra.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next thing you know, we see it. And it's like, oh, no, this is boxer braids. Oh, these are just gel tips. Like, it's like, okay, at what point are you going to look in the mirror and realize, or my first of this is just a tan. Or I turned this color in the summertime. Like, no, baby, you don't. You don't. It's interesting because it's like everybody loves black women until it's time to love a black woman for real. It's like, y'all want to, I can wear my hair in braids, or, I can do this, or I can say that because my so-and-so is black, or because my friends are black, or because it's my personal favorite. I'm not a racist. Mm-hmm. My neighbor's dog is black.
Mm-hmm. My neighbor's dog.
Girl, like, I've heard it all. Like I told y'all earlier, we weren't recording when I said it, but I saw a Caucasian lady with a grill. First of all, that's the most southern thing I've ever seen in my life.
Right.
On top of it being the most ratchet thing I've ever seen in my life. Girl, what you got a grill for?
The first thing I thought about when he said grill was Nelly. I was like, your grill.
Not that she couldn't even tell me who Nelly was. She like, potato? Yeah, it's interesting how, like, have y'all ever noticed that we have and I'm using this sarcastically, we as black girls and women have the pleasure of being called fast or too grown or too extra when we are what we naturally are, which is stylish. We have our nails done. We do our face up. We do the lipstick and the hoops. When we do what we've seen in our culture for years, we are called too grown, too fast, too this, too that. But the minute you slap some pale skin on it or you slap something else on it, all of a sudden it's stylish, it's edgy, it's urban chic.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm.
I just think it's so interesting because even when it comes to like aspects of our hair, like when we do our protective styles like weave and braids and all of that, we look down on because we like to have our hair, our wigs and our extensions and whatever, not knowing like it's not, we use it, but now it's to where everybody has it going, but now because it's everybody, it's okay now. Like, oh, that's cool. I'm glad y'all do that to protect your hair. But before, it's like, why don't you wear your real hair? Are you bald? Like, no. Yeah.
But what does that matter? Like, if they were, you know what I mean? Like, why do you care? If the person, even with the bot, like that, to me, why is that? Why it seems like an insult to me. And it's still you picking apart, excuse me, something that has nothing to do with you, for real. How somebody, however they choose to wear their hair, you know, like I said, I think it may have been some episodes ago when I was talking about, I don't really care how you want to do it, as long as it's healthy, you know, like how you want to wear your hair here and there. I mean, because it's an accessory. That's just how I look at it, you know. Nails, you know, hair, extensions, however, wigs, all of that, they are accessories. But I'm just like even with that, just because you don't want to show or it's not looking a certain way where somebody thought it should look this way, then you get picked apart. Oh, you must be bald. Like, okay.
Yeah.
That's nowhere in that is that what is that? Because clearly it's not a compliment, but there's nothing uplifting about that, is my point.
When it comes to us, there's not a lot of uplifting, and that's sad, but it's just the truth. Like, we're one of those, you know, groups where people like to tear us down. And it's gotten so bad to where we're doing it to each other.
Yeah. It's a lot of policing.
Yeah. And it's just, I don't think that's right. You know, we've gotten so used to it, and it's sad to me. I can't wait for the day that we're able to not have it happening anymore. Because it's unnecessary. It's an unnecessary part of being a black woman to be torn down because we're black women.
Yeah, definitely. It's interesting that this is today's topic. I was texting my girlfriend today, and we don't talk all the time. I would say once every couple weeks we'll check in, that type of thing, because life. And she hit me today, and she was like, "Yo, I'm mad." And I'm like, "What's wrong with you?" And she says she was out minding her business, and some lady, a biracial woman, with her mate, a black male, thought it appropriate to look at her and say, "I wish she would comb her nappy head." So y'all know me. Y'all know Nisaa.
I'm clutching my invisible pearls.
Listen, right? I know Nisaa. Nisaa went off, right? I'm like, what she look like? Do we know her? And she gave her a nice response. She was like, if you lose about 40 pounds, then maybe you could say something about somebody hating. The fact that she even, I guess, had the nerve to feel like it's appropriate to say that, right? And I guess it comes down to her mate was staring at my friend's hair in awe, though. Like, my homegirl's afro is loud, proud. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. So it's like, what's the issue?
So that was, if we unpack that, there's so many layers to that, because that's an insecure thing then. Like, that's something within yourself that you have an issue, on top of the fact that I am a black woman and my hair is fly and your man like it. Like that. Yeah. I'm just saying, because it's clear. But see, that's my thing. But even with that, yeah, you felt comfortable, or you felt like you had to tear her down to make yourself feel good. Because that's really what it was. Instead of, if he was looking at it, clearly he would you. My thing is, find the beauty in it, or don't say nothing.
Yeah. And the thing that kills me with stuff like that is, because, a lot of biracial women, they have, a different, they have the finer texture hair, like the 2A and all that good stuff, and it's curly, and then, it poofs out, and it does all that, cutesy stuff that you see on the tutorials that you can't do because your hair is not that texture, right? Mm-hmm. The thing that upsets me about that is that you spend so much time still trying to get your hair to look like what you consider, quote-unquote, nappy, to have a little fullness, a little more life to it, versus the light bounce that it has, but you're so so quick to look at someone who naturally has it, who may struggle with trying to figure out what to do with it, or they love to wear it loud and proud and out, and you're quick to say, oh, that's an issue. I don't like the way that looks. That's another example of, oh, you love black women till it's time to love upon a black woman for real. Like, what's wrong with seeing somebody's hair out as loud and proud as it wants to be, whether it's your style or not, and going, okay, she did that.
Right.
That's different. I like everything everyone does is not for you. I've seen styles that I think are amazing on people. Nisaa can't do that. Whether it's not my look, whether I physically can't pull it off because I don't like to do my own hair. Everything doesn't have to be for you to be respectful or appreciative of it. It's like art, boo-boo. It's subjective.
Yeah. And I want to say, I know your friend had that comeback real quick. But I'm like, but how did she, I mean, evidently it was a conversation that you all had, and not to get so much, into that conversation, but, how did she feel? Had it happened more than once before? Has she, experienced that consistently about her hair?
I'm sure she does. She's not one to let, people's, ignorance really bother her.
Okay.
That's something I admire about her. She's very proud of being a black woman. Okay. And when I tell you she reads so much information that she could read you under the table, right, she will do it. So it wasn't so much that it bothers her to constantly talk about. Just with like I said, the world and the universe has been so heavy lately that when this happened, she was like, let me tell you. So I think that in telling me, it was kind of her way of woo-sawing it, which I thought was kind of great, because I love when my friends could come to me and be like, okay, listen, they got me messed up today. But yeah, we talked about it, and I had my moment to make her feel like, you know what, you're right, let's not give her this press. And so yeah, hopefully she is feeling a little bit better now, so I'm gonna check in with her later.
Good stuff.
She was, but when she said it, y'all know me, instantly my head was like, oh, gotta book a flight, because y'all not gonna talk to my baby like this. Not having it. Yeah. What you at, Walmart? Which one? 270? Okay. We going to 270 Walmart. We're gonna sit here. So yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting though, because when you look at Ms. Humphrey, you're saying, or we were talking about on the internal level, so how black people look at other black women, right? Mm-hmm. There's even we catch it inside, we catch it outside. It makes me think about how the media even looks at us. There's no I'm gonna use the character Joy from Friday. Okay, I love Friday, one of my favorites out there. Ice Cube did his thing, but can we really look at how she was portrayed? Loud, extra ghetto, didn't have her stuff together, just real out there, right? She was kind of sleazy, because there was that thing where she was yelling at Cube and she had the guy laying next to her and she all, where'd you go? Who you had the stuff with? Right? And then you get we get those roles, or then you get the homewrecker roles, or you get the where we are the temptress, if you will. There, at one point in film, there was never a role for black women where we just got to be happy, free, and enjoying life. We were either struggling financially as somebody's mama or somebody's baby mama, or we were trying to sleep with a man who didn't want us, or even Halle Berry. I think it was Monsters Ball or something she was in, where she played a part where she slept with a Caucasian man, and all of a sudden she rocketed it. And all of a sudden Halle Berry became the face of Hollywood, and she was everybody's, favorite person to look at. But it's where was y'all's love for her before that? Yeah. So I think it's interesting how the representation that we have of us being great as far as mainstream media is so, it's so small. It's so small. If we're not loud and acting foolish, or being extra, or even when because I used to do auditioning stuff when I was younger. If you read what they're looking for, you got to play that role of that extra oomph, you know what I mean? And you always doing that, oh, no, she didn't, or whatever the case may be, that just makes it seem as though we are one track minded. or we got one note to us.
Yeah. And I feel like that goes back to, the conversation we were having a couple episodes ago, when we were talking about representation and what we put energy into and what we get comfortable with and what we allow, because I feel like if we as a community, if we decided that that's not what it was anymore, and we really went after changing that narrative, changing what is seen and what we're portrayed as, I feel like it could really change, but we can't really do that until we're so uncomfortable that we no longer feed into it.
Ooh. I like that.
Yeah. And that goes to, as far as even the actress and actresses and those who are even directors and producers, like what roles we're creating, and we've talked about that before too, and I think it was in the Representation Matters episode where we were talking about creating that content that you want to see, and also only then taking on those roles that truly represent who you are, and then what you even want us to be portrayed as. So that's kind of it's a collective thing. And but there are some beautiful things that are out now that I do support. You have the Ava DuVernays, you have, Courtney Kemp. I really love her. And then, so you have Kerry Washington, and I think Regina King and Regina Hall. You have these different actresses who we adore, and we appreciate them, and they're doing directing now, and they're writing different things. So you have that where they are putting out good work and and good content out there, and they're also creating these images that we do want to see. So it's on us. I don't feel like we can leave it to chance for somebody else to do it. It's it's gonna be on us, with what we choose, and even for those of us who are not necessarily, I do quote, celebrity or this particular status. It's even us within our communities. Then how are we portraying us on this level? This is where it starts. It's not just this fantasy, this Hollywood, and that's it. It really is in your area, in your community. How are you portraying what a Black woman is? For those who may not know,
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to overtalk you.
No, you good.
But I was just gonna ask, so my question becomes, once we get to that point, once we're the ones making the content for ourselves, do they take that too? And do we get to keep it?
You know what, Destiny, and it's sad, but it's been since the beginning of time, dear. We live in a world that's imperfect, and so it is gonna be where it's not okay that they get to take it. It really isn't. It isn't, and I have to laugh because that stuff, it'll have you, a little bit upset about it, that you get to take something and make it it is amazing, and then when I did it 50 years ago, it was it could be some, what I mean? Someone, they did it before. Most recent, I don't know if y'all heard about that, but Lady Antebellum, they changed their name to Lady A. And there was a soul singer who already had been doing a 20-year career, Lady A, but she didn't trademark the name. It's really? And they did it because they said Antebellum was racist, and so they changed the name, and they knew she existed. It's a whole deal. They're in court now. And my thing is, are you kidding me? Y'all didn't do research and see. So y'all said y'all knew. That's the killer. Y'all said y'all knew that. So even for her, she's a Black woman who 20-year career. And so she is hey, pay me. You all changed the name because you didn't want to be racist. You don't want to appear racist because somebody called you out. That's crazy. But even on that level, it's happening. And it's unfortunate it's happening now. It's happening in 2020, even with them with that. And I think when you look up Lady A, it shows them. It doesn't even show the person who she had been doing that. So even the same, and so I'm saying that to say their reasoning for changing it because they didn't want to appear racist. We believe Black Lives Matter. How do you do that and still mess over a lady who is Black?
Exactly.
And justify it? Like,
y'all not supposed to dig that far. Y'all digging too far. Y'all supposed to just take the fact that we changed our name and Black Lives Matter to us.
No.
But that's the thing. So I'm saying even now it's unfortunate. But even now, like today, you have that. Like that's only one of many situations where it's justified because you could do it because you got a machine behind you and you can change your name. It's foul.
Like,
it's foul.
Like Elvis Presley and Big Mama Thornton.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and so
I hope it's industry, but we're not gonna go there.
I know, but
we're not gonna do it because y'all know
we could make time, but let's not make time.
Let's not make time. So, in conjunction with that, though, Destiny, it makes me think about. Okay, so y'all know Twitter's the news to me, right? If I want to find out what's going on in the world,
you go to Twitter.
I'm gonna look on Twitter. Growing up, it was media takeout. Now it's Twitter. So. There's this girl, and I cannot find the video. It was a couple days ago, and I don't know why I didn't save it, y'all. Blame it on the boogie, okay? Right? But anyway, so this Caucasian girl on TikTok. So when all the riots first started happening, of course, she was all Black Lives Matter and woo, 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 right? So all of a sudden, she comes on TikTok, and the video's on Twitter now, and she's basically saying how Black people cannot be upset about certain words being used by other races, namely Caucasian, because they're trending words. Like when we say "ooh child," even though they say "chile," or when we say like "boy bye," or when we say "oh it's the drama for me." So like certain things we can't really try to claim because they're social media words. They're trendy words. Like "ooh sis." First of all, y'all say "buddy" or "pal" or "oh boy." We say sis or brother. That was a thing that started in the Black community because we wanted to let each other know you have a friend here. You can look it up. That's how we let each other know you're safe here. This is somewhere you can be, because when we were disconnected from our family via the transatlantic slave trade, we needed a way to feel connected to one another. So therefore, sis, and I use the word lightly, we can claim it, and I'm claiming it. Therefore, you can't tell us that it's not something that we started when it is. Like, let me tone it down because I'm getting upset. So, that right there, that is the prime example of what you're talking about, Destiny. We come up with something and they take it and they turn it into a quote-unquote trend. Being Black is not a trend. It's something that we are 24/7, 365. You understand what I'm saying? It's something that matters. And if it didn't, y'all wouldn't put it on job applications, credit card applications, housing applications. It's the thing that ultimately to y'all defines who we are. So when we take it and we have something that is ours and we're proud of it, we shouldn't have to constantly live in concern or worry that all of a sudden y'all gonna turn this into a costume or a trend. Y'all don't like our braids, but now y'all got micros. Our children can't lock their hair up or wear extensions, but all of a sudden y'all can, and it's cute, it's fashionable. Our dreadlocks are not work appropriate, but his bohemian locks are, because he went backpacking through Europe and on an eat, love, pray journey. Come on now.
That is like, that is so amazing. It's just so, that's good.
My daddy rented out this lovely backpack from Tommy Hilfiger, and I went backpacking through the Himalayas, and I stayed in a $500 hotel, but I roughed it because there was no water in a bottle. I got it from the tap. Like, get out of here. And take your privilege with you. No.
Pitiful.
Like,
yeah.
no. Or like, I just can't take it. Or like when you see, because there was this trend when I had TikTok before I got rid of it, when they had the Black ban, there was this trend of, because it's really for the teenagers. I'm really too old to be on there. But there was this trend of Caucasian boys and all the other races but Black talking about how much they love Black women. And whenever they posted pictures, it was always the Black women who had the nip and tuck here or there, or they had like the really big behind, or you know what I'm saying? Like, it was always the Black women that are socially beautiful, if that makes sense. Like the women who are the world's type of beautiful. They had the curly hair, they had the smooth, you know what I'm saying? It was like, it wasn't no girl next door, she cute, she got a good mind, or it was always the most outrageously Instagram beautiful woman you could find. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, since when are we the thing to be fetishized about? When back in the day, a couple decades ago, it was all hush hush on sleeping with us or thinking for cute. Y'all wouldn't claim your children by us. Now all of a sudden, oh yeah, I love them dark skin, specifically. Love them dark skin. Love them with the 4C hair. Like, y'all don't know hair types. Stop that. Stop it. It's disgusting to say the very least.
Yeah. It will make you, like, you really have to, I don't even want to say nothing about it.
Yeah. So, yeah. And the other thing that comes with it, so you ever heard of a black scent? I love the silence. They like, Nisaa, you making up words again? Because I do that, y'all. All right. So, y'all know that twang we have, right? Where you can get on the phone with a credit card collector and oh, this Tamika on the phone. This ain't Terry. This is Tamika. Like, it's a sister on that phone calling you, right? Because there's a twang that we have. Am I right? You're right. We got a twang. So apparently there's this trend, y'all, where all of these social media babies, that's what we're going to call them, they using their black sense to be funny and to be comical. And it's where you enunciate and talk and alliterate yourself like a person of color. Or, I'm sorry, a black person. And that is disturbing.
Now, give me an example.
Okay, so we all know what code switching is. That's where, you're in the workplace and all of a sudden your E's and R's are very pronounced. You say them, right? So someone who normally may speak with this type of dialect, all of a sudden they hitting it like this and they telling you this and the whoop-de-whoop and they telling you what the woo is. You know what I'm saying? Now they're talking like this, but when they get around their mom and their dad, the language sounds a little bit different. But then they'll tell you, no, I naturally talk like this. Or the one where the young lady is like, well, my mom don't understand. Like, she can't tell me I'm not really being myself when this is just who I am, And then a couple slides down later, it's, hi, guys. Welcome to my YouTube. And it's like, what is that? What's the code switch there? Like, what is that? That's not the voice you use on a job interview, baby.
Yeah, that's so the thing is they do the black scent and they say, I mean, what it's really to make fun of? So
I think somewhere in their mental, these people really believe that that's who they are. Like, they have the aesthetic. Their hair is done like ours. They, they got the braids or the hoops or whatever the case may be. And all of a sudden, all of this costume comes with the voice intact as well. Like, it's serious, and they have normal conversations. They'll post their videos, and all of a sudden they're slanging it out, and they're, it's really, it's like, when you watch it, it's almost like, your name is Ashley Peppermint. You live in Mounbrook. What are you doing? Like, what is this? Versus, like, how it's natural for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is. All of a sudden, apparently it's them. It is what it is for them too. It's like they got their invitation to the cookout, and all of a sudden they think they can make the potato salad. They can't.
You know what? That whole invitation. I'm gonna let you go ahead, Destiny.
I've kind of gotten to the place where it's like I know that as Black people, and especially as Black women, we are the trendsetters. Period. And even though what we set doesn't become of value until a certain person or a certain group of people say, "Oh yeah, this is the new thing," I feel like at some point we should feel proud, not because it got taken from us, but because we know that they wouldn't have anything trendy without us. Like. We set the bar, and it's like it's sad that it gets taken and we don't get the credit for it. But secretly, we got to be like, yeah, we put that there, and you're welcome. Like, I don't know. It's just...
Now, I get, like, some stuff, it's almost like, I'm going to do a promo. Let me give you that for free. But it's like other stuff I'm with Beyonce would pay me in equity. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't, like that. It sound like on some stuff, maybe, that's a free one. Because I just saw Master P. I saw a video and he was on. It's so funny. He was being interviewed by, what is his name? It's like an older talk show host. But he was just saying how he gave away free stuff early on. Like he said he basically sold it, of course, out his trunk. But he gave away free, like to, certain cars and stuff that had the bump. You know what I'm saying? They had the speaker, the system. So he would give them his tape. It's like, hey, bump this or whatever. And of course, he may give like 100 away in that city. And then go to the stores and say, hey, this is what the people want, and make cut a deal with them. But I say that to say, like, even for him, he was like promo, like, okay, I gotta give something for free in order for me to get it on the back end. And in a way, like with that, it's because it's on some stuff you just gonna have to, okay, you take it, y'all run with it, whatever. But one thing I truly believe as it relates to different things, if you create something, if it is not for that person, they can't sustain it. That's all I'm saying. Like,
right.
You can, you could try to duplicate it and it could look just the same. If you put your naked eye to it and you see it. But it's like, you can't if you're not creative in that way, you can't come up with something that's going to have this be longevity. So I'm going to let you take whatever you feel like you need in this season. But down the line, like, just pay me in equity. Like, okay, that's a freebie because that's helping me get out there anyway. Now let me really cut this deal so I could, make it. And I think like with that on things, that's why you do have to copyright. That's why you got to own your stuff. And I mean, like I was talking earlier even about Lady A, her name is Miss Anita, with the Lady Antebellum situation. And it's like, it's unfortunate that, they went ahead and copyrighted. They still was using Antebellum and now you want to be all Black Lives Matter and want to switch over. So my thing is that is where, unfortunately, in certain ways we gotten better with it. But when it's on that business side, you got to know both. And that's what even Master P was saying. Like, he knows you got street sense, but you got to know this business side too, because of things like that. Like someone could take your idea and then create something. So I'm saying for us in that way, know the business side. You got to protect yourself and don't feel like you shouldn't, or it's like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. No, because it'll be a big deal to somebody else.
Right.
And they will take it, is my point. So I'm like, protect yourself. And also with your sisters, like with different stuff, share that information, pass it on. Hey, this is how you protect that. Oh, is this something you plan to do down the line? Okay, well, protect yourself. And that's just the message we bring, not only amongst us as, as women, also with our young girls as well. Coming up, make sure you protect that.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And let me just say, Black people as a whole, if y'all hear me, listen to me. Just because it's Black owned do not mean you about to get the We Black discount, okay? The same way you go into UGG and Nike and Louis Vuitton and all of them and you spend your full amount dollars, especially when y'all want them sneakers, is the same way you need to support somebody who looks like you, who's trying to do something for themselves and their family, which ultimately is your family because we all connected anyway, okay? Black owned does not mean discount. And another thing, I know we love our friends and families, but sometimes they're not the ones you want to reach out to first when you have an idea or something you try to get out there. It's not because they don't love you, but everybody's vision ain't your vision. I saw something earlier that says if I put my glasses on you, you're going to be blind because my prescription is not your prescription. So sometimes don't go to your cousin and Pookie and them. They can't help you at the moment. They might come around later, but shoot your vision to the audience it's meant to be for. So that's my two things. Black do not mean free or discounted, and your vision is not other people's vision.
Yeah.
And that's it.
And
that can be so discouraging.
I know.
But I've supported like a lot of, even like throughout the pandemic and just, period, just learning more about other Black owned companies, period. Like it's been beautiful, the products from the skin, the soap, the hair, different products. And, I really have had a great time like learning more about Black products, Black owned businesses, creatives, all of that. And also having the opportunity to support them as well. So, that's one way to do it. Or we keep promoting what is out there and what's, those things that we really like.
Yeah. So can I ask y'all a question?
Please.
Do y'all think that as Black women yourselves, do y'all think that have y'all ever received like a compliment from somebody? Or like has someone ever been like, oh, so and so is attracted to you? Do you ever think as a Black woman that the first reason someone might be attracted to you is because of your body?
No.
Girl, you stacked. I don't know this.
No, baby. Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason I ask is because there has been a lot of talk about like the whole it's not your beauty, it's your booty type of thing, and it just made me kind of reminiscent on like growing up, and even now I hear a lot of like conversation. Somebody will go, oh, so and so is into you that because they saw that body, and it's like, first of all, I don't go nowhere for nobody to see my body. Second, I don't promote my body for real. And it just kind of made me wonder as well, like, is it because Black women are supposed to be shaped a certain way, or we're notorious for being shaped a certain type of way, that automatically you assume someone's attraction to me is based off of these measurements of my hips, my breasts, and my backside?
I mean, if we're being honest, it's kind of like, it's a thing because now you see all these people trying to go get bodies like ours. They wanna have our shape. They wanna have the booty that we have. Like they want that. So and they're our lips, baby. Like it's apparent that that's something that's out there. That's a real thing. People are obsessed with the way we look.
It's funny, everyone loves the way we look, but we're taught not to like the way we look. It's like, what are we supposed to do? Like, what do we do, y'all? What do we do?
You just gotta love who you are. And really try to deal with those stereotypes or those things that you've been told. Really break through that. And I get it's not a one and done. It's not this whatever. But you've got to know that clearly it's something amazing about you if someone wants to copy you. If the essence of who we are, or even if someone is intimidated or you want to downplay me to make yourself feel better, which goes back to your friend in that situation. To me, the latest and the most part, it is the fact that her man was looking at something. I mean, and basically he was looking at her hair. He was looking at basically her hair, how he was like cool with it, or, he felt like, oh, it's pretty cool. And it's like, then you have to come in and diminish it. And so it's like, I can't go by what other people feel is what I'm saying. Like they've been feeling that way since when? Like our ancestors had to deal with that. Where, they were attractive and I'm sure they got, hated on and, from other races as it relates to, oh, this is what we feel and this and that. And it's just like, okay, it tends to happen so much. Like for me, I'm just kind of like, okay. Like, it's not going to stop because, you know, you felt this way for years now. And I'm talking about hundreds of, it's been embedded into this, definitely this system. The fact that race was created. It was humankind. And, you know, race, white, black, you know, these different, it was created for, to basically make us feel inferior. You know what I mean? Like when you go back to the history of even that, like you put something in place to make yourself feel better and to purposely make somebody else feel less than. Like that means something, I would think.
Come on, knowledge.
Because if you're fighting so hard, well, no. And I'm talking about I just be. I'm not even, if I do nothing, you have an issue with my presence. I'm talking about I don't even have to, you can walk into a room and you just, you know, just being confident and and whomever is a threat to the fact that your presence is a threat. I think that, come on now. If you don't take that and flip it is what I'm saying. Like you've got to do it because you can't wait on somebody else to do it. I don't care if they look like you. I still can't feed into whatever your thoughts are if they're not in line with what mine are. And that is a you thing then. And I mean you within yourself where you have to say, okay, whatever they're thinking, I have to know that I'm just that dope. That our ancestors are what all they went through. And then we're here in this moment and people still have an issue.
Absolutely.
We just can't win.
Oh, we winning now. Look, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. But it's like we can't.
Put out a tape. No.
I'm just saying, like I override. I understand what she's saying, but I'm just like I'm not gonna. You can't defeat us. We been here, baby. We ain't going nowhere.
We multiply.
We're here, boo.
Come on now.
Like we gonna keep on taking the W's. Like you can, you know, be mad, because that's, you know.
And that's on period. Who? That's how y'all saying it.
Right, that's how. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you know, and that's why I said I love, like, say, you know, for instance, say Beyonce, because it's like, you know, she been chilling, minding her business, and then, you know, boom, and you got all this blackness on the screen with Disney, by the way. And I'm sure, you know, her deal, I'm sure whatever deal she made is amazing, of course.
Oh, of course.
Along with, you know, just all that to bring that together. So I'm saying, like, even for her, look at the mass amount of the creators that were there. You have these different, just of color, like black, African. I mean, you know, just, what?
I love it.
And it's like, but it takes a bit, like one person, and you may not do it, say, on that scale, but each of us have a responsibility to ourselves and those that we are, I always feel like those you are assigned to make sure that your black is king, that you manifest that. That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
We can't wait on nobody else. And even, you know, with us being black women, I can't wait on even my black men to validate me. No. I love you, and I would love that you come along for the ride. However, greatness is in me already, and like you could come on, but if you don't, okay.
Just
so with that in mind, how do you all think we should deal with people who downplay the fact that they do appropriate our, you know, the way we do things?
With a right hook. No, I'm kidding. Y'all, I'm kidding. Part of me is kidding. I mean, I think about it honestly, and there is still a part of me who gets upset because it's just like, how you hating from the club and you can't even get in? But I feel like you over there mad, but it's like, but I think what I have realized I have to do honestly is just realize that y'all, like Ms. Humphrey said, like, y'all can try it, but it's still not like, it's not the same. It's like if you have something like really good from a restaurant and you try to go home and make it, something's always going to be missing. You don't have whatever that key ingredient is. So yeah, you can do your hair like mine. You can get your nails done. You can start calling your friends boo and bae and poo and all that. You can start calling people sis, but at the end of the day, the sun kisses me when I go outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I glow different. I'm always going to glow different. And there's always going to be something that is unreachable to my black. And that's just what it is. And that's how I have to remember it. Because it is frustrating to see, especially when they get so much praise for copying something that we originated. But it's like, at the end of the day, there's something unreachable about this that you'll never be able to obtain no matter how hard you try. So that's what I'm going to do. My black is queen, king, rook, knight, all of that.
Yeah. And I look at that like, you know, when is there a fine line between the appropriation and, like, you know, a compliment? Because, you know, they'll tend to say, oh, it's just, you know, I just, you know, it was a compliment for me. Like, I didn't mean it in that way. And, you know, really? It's not a compliment.
Yeah.
Not when you, it's almost like if someone asks you, you know, who did your hair or whatever, if you're on the red carpet or however, in an interview or whatever, and you don't give the credit. I'm just perfect. Like, you know, of who did it. If they ask you who styled you or who did your hair or, you know, it's kind of like you are appropriating. You are. And I think back, you know, I saw something recent where they were saying even when it comes to our young girls, as it relates to relaxers. A lot of times relaxers were done because it was easier. It was considered easier to manage. And I'm like, was that the best thing though? Like, why just kind of learning how to take care of our natural strands? Why wasn't that the first go-to? And it was because it wasn't, I guess, accepted. You know, it's supposed to be, that's not the accepting is, you know, that your hair is, you know, straight or it's looking, you know, European. That's what the accepting is, or accepting styles or however. But I'm like, we have to start even with them, like even with our girls young, where like tell a black girl you love her hair, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think back to how you were saying something like, oh, it's just a compliment. And then there are people who are like, well, it's just hair or it's just this. But think about Rachel Dolezal. Like, she took a job, literally, and I'm saying even though it may have been extended to her, she took a job that could have been for a person of color, a black person who truly deserved it, all off of cultural appropriation. All off of racial appropriation. So, yeah, it's more than just some hair or just some nails. Now you messing with some, like, if her intentions were, like, way worse, like, if she was just, like, a really, like, vicious, vindictive person, she could have turned the NAACP into something totally different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have went way left. So it's like, it's not just one thing. You know, like, it's bigger than just, oh, it's just some hair, some lip gloss. No, it's not. Now you messing with who we are at the root of who we are.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me.
No, very valid.
Then my question becomes, who invited her to the cookout? Who said, oh, you have the qualifications? Because, to be honest, she was suspect from the get-go for me. So, who made sure, who verified her black card before, you know, she had even the opportunity to get to the NAACP?
Girl, that's a good question. That's a really good question. And why do we have black cards to give out anyway? Like, let me ask, like, why are we giving out anything?
Because we're so giving. Because we are so giving. But I feel like, you do check people when you've overstepped. And you do call them out. You call them to, the forefront. It's like, no, it's not okay. Yeah. I don't care who told you. I mean, at that, it don't even matter how she got, I guess, to that point. It's kind of like where you're here and you off. And that would be anybody. Like if you here and you making comments, you talking sideways, or you doing something that is not right, like we're gonna call you out on it. Yeah. It's not, I don't care who okayed it, green lighted it up to this point. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Something about that whole cookout thing just don't sit right. Because it's like, think about growing up, my mama always had to know who house we was going over or who was coming to her house. She needed to talk to your people. Like, it was a whole process. It was better than TSA security on a plane. You understand what I'm saying? You had to know. And all of a sudden, it's like we just handing them out because what? They can do the Dougie? They got low top fades? What? Now they just come to the cookout? Why?
I mean, at this point, aren't there videos to show you how to do the Dougie? So they got 2 steps. You got videos for everything where you could go do. So you're not doing nothing special, like you.
I'm getting benefits with no struggle.
Okay. Absolutely. It's like y'all getting all the fun. Like if there's a trip we going on and you didn't help plan the trip, book the trip, pay for the trip, but you just want to come and have a good time. I don't think so. That whole cookout thing is silly to me. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Stop giving out passes to the cookout. Because if you giving out passes, the bar is too low. And if you giving out passes to the cookout, you probably the one who didn't cook, clean, help organize it or nothing. You just showed up for a plate with your hand out too. So you can't come either. How about that?
And I think people say it. I know, of course, it's like, it's a fun thing. And it could be, funny to a certain degree, but it's like it can also be a thin line with that. Yeah. Especially when people think it's okay for them to speak out of turn.
They get too familiar. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how you get the ones like, well, I could say it because they call me, my N-word too. I don't care what they call you.
Yeah.
I don't give it to.
Yeah, no more cookout invites, y'all. Matter of fact, it's COVID. Ain't no cookouts. Everybody get your butts in the house. How about that?
Oh, they giving online passes. That's how that's going now.
Y'all must have bought the Zoom package, the extended version. Oh my goodness, minus 40 minutes.
When you said that about buying the passes online, it reminds me of this article I read on Facebook. It was about this little boy. He made like over to $1,000 because he was selling passes to his white friends to say the N-word.
Shut up.
He was 11. He's 11 years old, and he made up to like $1,000.
I hope he's somewhere getting a butt whooping. Your mom not raised you like that, boy.
Oh my.
I was like, first of all, you're smart in some aspect because you made money off of it, right. off of something that you can't really give out, to be honest. Okay. But he got some type of business smart.
I know a lot of people got beat up that week. Okay,
I'm sure they did because homeboy set him up to fail.
Right. Like you could say it but you say it to the wrong person and then that's gonna get you hurt. So.
And you can't pull out no receipt. Talk about I got a pass.
Oh my! Get him in something that's beneficial. That would be the thing. Parents, make sure you put him in something where he can actually benefit and help the family.
I'm weak. I'm reading this article in tears right now. Hey, listen, the ingenuity I applaud. However, my brother, you got to do better. That's where it's going to be a citation to the cookout, okay? You got to do better.
The most. The most.
Yes, baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
To me. I thought it was like so just crazy how they actually bought it. Like they literally paid for a pass to say it. It's crazy.
That's insane. Wait. Hey, the ingenuity I applaud, like I said, but baby, come up with something else. Something else. Don't make it grills.
A hot mess.
Let them call each other Pookie or something, but that was too far. Your ancestors are rolling over for that one, baby. That's not okay.
Oh, no. All right, Miss Destiny.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you've made it this far, it is now time for 20 seconds or less. And I, for one, am excited about this segment of this episode because it is always a good time. You heard. Okay.
Nah, Master P.
Talking about you heard. All you need to say is, nah. Make them say,
Yay.
So, this week, I would like for us to come up with 5 movies with the word. Hold on, let me see.
I'm stressed.
Don't be stressed. Don't be stressed.
We're doing this individually?
Oh, yeah, this one is individually.
Oh, my.
Because I told
You can't come to the cookout either.
we gotta mix it up.
Ooh, okay.
We gotta mix it up. Let's see. What's a good word? Word?
5 movies with the word.
Oh, no. Yeah. 5 movies with the word.
Okay,
Really, Destiny? This is your segment.
The word that I wanted to use is going to be too easy, so I had to come up with another one, and so I'm trying to do that on the fly right now, on the spot. So, we're going to go with love. I won't be too difficult, but I was trying to come up with something harder than that. But we're going to go with love.
That's no potato. Okay.
Ain't no small potatoes. Look.
Not that I smell potatoes. Sorry. My hunger got the best of me. Cheesy potatoes. Okay. Love. Who's going first?
Well, it's gonna be a different word next time, isn't it?
Oh, crap. Okay.
Look,
Depends on if the person can get to where we're trying to go.
Okay. Well, I got 2 off the top. Love Jones and
We haven't started the timer.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. Oh, what? Like that's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to let that count, Pumpkin.
That was a false start, you know.
But I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it again.
Okay, ready, steady, go.
Like I said, Love Jones. What's love got to do with it? That's off the top of my head. That's what I got.
You want to try for one more? You got 7 seconds. Time up. That was good.
Was it? Look.
I'm waiting on you to say, why do fools fall in love? Love and basketball.
Oh, come on. Yeah. Love and basketball. Why do fools fall in love? What's another one?
Brotherly love.
Oh, and I watched those movies.
What else we got? Love, but that's a song. Shout out music.
I know about music. Yeah, that's what I got. But good though with those. That's cool. Yeah.
I like that. All right, Destiny. I know you're trying to come to my neck. What's my word?
Well, how many did Miss Humphrey get?
She got 2 up. 2 on a possible. We playing spades.
I know, right? And then you helped me out with the other ones. It was Love Jones, Love and Basketball, Brotherly Love. Why do fools fall in love? And I said,
yes, so
what's love got to do with that? What happened?
I was saying she had too much time to think about that one. A couple more that you all could have used. A thin line between love and hate. Love don't cost a thing. Love actually. P.S. I love you. So, just a couple more honorable mentions.
Cool beans.
All right, what's my word, Jess?
Your word is money.
When can I start?
Hold on.
Okay. You said money, honey, right?
Yeah, money, honey.
Okay,
go.
Okay, money, Cardi B. Get money. Oh goodness, she works hard for the money. These are movies. I'm slow.
Look, she just going. I was like, what now?
Yeah.
Is that a
Okay.
We gotta start over.
Okay, let me know when to start. I was ready.
Oh,
Yeah,
you were. Yeah, you were.
Thing.
Look.
All right, here we go. Go.
Okay, more money. Mad money. More money. Mad money. Yeah, give me money. That's not real. All about the Benjamins talks about money.
We'll qualify that.
Right.
Your time is up. Your time is up.
What you got for me, y'all? I had beautiful lines.
I'm about to Google it.
See, I had some musical lines,
You
y'all.
were doing it.
See, I'm glad that you had the songs in mind because you were trying to think about all that. You were trying to
movies with money in the title. That's gonna threw me for a loop this week, y'all.
All the money in the world.
I ain't never heard.
I'm just saying what Google came up with.
They don't really got too many with money. But I'm gonna let you. Oh, well, that's not money. That's billionaire. But that's not.
Boy Club.
I got more money. That's what I better than me.
Right. Okay. I guess it's my turn now because y'all went.
Yep. Your word is snuffleupagus. No, I'm joking.
Girl, about to say
word is going to be. We can't give her baby. That's way too easy. Your word is going to be.
See how hard it is to come up with a word on the spot?
It is. Girls. Girl or girls? You can do plural. Ready? Set. Go.
Ghost of Girlfriend's Past.
Oh, good movie.
This is hard.
Yeah.
Girl or girls? See, I've already lost because I can't think of nothing.
You did? I'm surprised you didn't say Daddy's Girls. Like, I just knew that was going to come out your mouth. Drinking Girls. Like, that's to me.
When it's on the spot, it's so difficult.
Yeah. But I just knew you was going to get Dream Girls.
I didn't even think, I'm not even going to lie, I didn't even think about it. Girls, like, when you said girls, I was just like, oh my goodness, what's happening? But Ghost of Girlfriend's Past, I did get that one, so I'm proud of I'm gonna pat myself on the back.
Pat, girl.
Absolutely.
Pat.
Well, we're at the end of our episode, and so I wanted to do a check-in with you all and use that one word. Excuse me.
Well, I'm going to say excited. My birthday's Friday, so August 7th.
All right.
In the building.
Yes.
First birthday.
Hey.
Turning in the most suitable way possible.
Please
no,
do.
No sense on your 21st, baby. I want you to act a fool, okay? I want to have to do you not
we can't put that out for everybody to know about. So I gotta,
I know. Do it the right way. Look.
Yeah.
I'm the devil on your shoulder. I want to bail you out come Monday.
No, you ain't gonna be bailing me out nowhere.
Okay. Wait a minute.
Anything I would do.
No, that's not what she's doing. She's gonna have fun. However, look.
Definitely not being chill.
Love.
No, I know you behave, honey.
Mm-hmm.
My word is boss. I'm feeling real bossy right now. I'm feeling like Khalees mixed with a little Keke Palmer, just bossed up. Beyonce, because she said boss too. So I'm just feeling real bossed up right now. I'm a boss.
Okay.
Yes, right now. Yeah. I'm feeling phenomenal.
Okay, Maria.
Yeah. Phenomenal woman, that's me.
Well, yes. Next.
Well, is there anything else that you all, wanted to say before we close out?
No, I feel like we laid it all out on the table.
Those were my words exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. To quote Miss Nene Leakes, I said what I said. I think that's it, and that's period.
Yeah. I do want to send love to Meg the Stallion. I talked, with you all earlier and was saying that even her video, I know she came out and talked briefly about the situation that happened with her being shot. And I just want her to know, whether she has the opportunity to hear this or not, or she gets the message that we definitely have love for you, sis. And we're just, we're sending those positive vibes your way. And we're praying for you and for just a speedy recovery, and that you continue to be great and walk in just, the greatness that you already are. So just have love and respect for you, and I want you to keep doing your thing and keep shining. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
for sure.
Good stuff. Well, audience, we thank you so much. We thank you all for joining us each week, and we're just grateful. That's one of the things we consistently say, and we really are. And at the top of the episode, we talked about, just being grateful and really being in that spirit of gratitude. And so that's how we're ending it. So we look forward to talking to you all soon. Keep shining. Hands in the air, wave like you don't